Welcome to GJ E360 Word. How's your day going?
That's good. So far, so good.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful Saturday.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Prince George's County, Maryland, in Landover, Maryland, to be more specific. A neighborhood. Well, I grew up in a neighborhood called Glenarden Apartments, but like everybody from the area called it Bright Sea Road.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I stayed at. I grew up at for about first 17 years of my life. Yeah, that's where I was.
So how was that upbringing? Is that how was that environment? Was it stable or violent or
Nah, man, it was a
that side of town?
Nah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, or it was known for the crime rate.
Yes.
Like poverty. Like we had a lot of how could I put it? Like poor living conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was kind of rough, but you know, like when you young, you ain't really paying attention to all of that stuff.
Okay.
Like you don't really get the gist of how that stuff really affects you. So it didn't really kick in. It didn't really hit me that I was living like that until I got a little bit older.
Okay. So by talking about the condition of living, so I'm assuming those kind of environment or those kind of condition create like use of drug and gangs and like you say the crime rate probably might be higher, shooting and all of that. Is that something that you experienced personally?
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, we was never really into no gang stuff. Like it was gangs like Bloods, Crips, but like not really heavy. Like you'll see in New York or LA,
Yeah.
something like that. But it was more so a neighborhood thing. Like we'd get into it with other neighborhoods, and people. I lost a lot of good friends.
Okay.
And they I had a friend, Big Twan. He got killed like in a building across the street from us. That hit heavy.
So how was that like? I mean, was that like gang kind of related altercation, or was just like a personal level that went bad? And
it was both, cause like around like during that time period, like everything was neighborhood involved. Like it could be something personal, but like it would be even more personal as far as the neighborhoods that you from. Like you could get into it with somebody and like just them like they could brush it off, but just finding out the neighborhood that they from, that could make it escalate even further than it could than it should be. So like yeah, it was that deep.
So what is I never like I didn't grow up here. I grew up in West Africa, and then I came here later on in my life when I was 22. So like we kind of have the same like neighborhood thing back in Africa, but it's not as deep as it is over here. Like what really created that animosity towards like same people, same color? I'm not saying the other side is white or Latino, but what is that animosity come from?
With me, like I honestly can't even tell you, because like that's another thing that I realized as I got older. Like I didn't even know why we had an issue with this other neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was just like, this what the older guys was doing. This what we was saying. So when we came of age, like that's we just fell right into it. Like
it smells like a loop.
Yeah.
And whatever you grow up around, you tend to fall into it.
Yeah, and it was like everybody was into something like.
Okay, so how was the parenting at that time? Like your parents, like I'm assuming they probably might be, scared as far as like seeing the child being out there, the violence.
My mom, she wouldn't let me come outside, me or my little brothers. My little brother at the time, my youngest brother wasn't born yet when we first moved around. But yeah, she wouldn't let us, and I could not for the life of me understand why.
Okay.
Like I did not know why, but I found out later on that my dad was the reason that we even moved around there in the first place.
Okay.
He was staying around there.
Okay.
And I had older brothers that was staying in the neighborhood too.
Okay, so you have like a big family, like other siblings, like brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got a lot of brothers actually.
Okay.
on my mother's side, I got 3 brothers,
Mhm.
one older one and 2 little brothers. On my father's side, it's 6. I got 6
Okay.
brothers,
All right.
and I'm the youngest on my father's side.
Okay. So you and now we man, of course.
Mhm.
So what is the best advice you received from your pop?
I can't even really say, man, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he wasn't even around. Like,
Okay.
he wasn't even there.
So there is no actual interaction, like real interaction, like any real bonding between.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Like, because he passed in 2013.
R.I.P. to Pop.
Yeah, on his birthday, even worse.
Yeah.
But like, as I got older, like, yeah, we did kind of bond. Like, he would try to say fatherly stuff that you supposed to say like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But like, and then when I had my son, like when my first son was born, he came up to the hospital, and like that just meant a lot to me.
Okay.
Period. Like,
Okay.
just because you cared that much, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So is that kind of influence you to be a better father
Definitely.
and do whatever it takes to be there from the beginning?
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, it's like just like with the neighborhood stuff, like it didn't even dawn on me that he wasn't around. Like,
Okay.
my mom was 10 toes down, like
Okay.
from the day one. So like that's who we was always with, and like it was just like my other brothers, like it bothered them because he wasn't there for a lot of us. So they would keep talking about it, and they would talk to me as if I already had an issue with it,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't even really, like, I was too young for it to really dawn on me like
Mm-hmm.
that, to hit me like that. And even as I got older, like, I never really, like, hated him or something like
Yeah.
that. Like, it wasn't that deep for me with that.
I mean, my personal opinion, when I was 3, my dad was locked up.
Mm-hmm.
He came back when I was 11. So, I remember throughout that time where like I was into elementary school, and then we'll go to like performances, and I'll have everybody family come over there, and I look in the crowd and I don't see anybody there.
Yeah.
My mom couldn't make it. It kind of make me feel sad sometimes, but you just brush it off, I guess, for that time being. So, as far as the influence of the music, right? Did anybody in your family like was into music?
Yeah, my older brother's kind of influential in the DMV as far as the music scene.
Okay. Was he a rapper or
He's not a rapper. He just like
playing any instrument?
Nah, he just like it's hard to explain what he do, but like he like a background dude, so like
Okay.
most people won't even know he involved in things. Like he just promote artists and
Okay.
where he worked with Tony Riggs, 95.5, and they putting artists on the radio. It's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was him, but that was it as far as anybody else involved in music.
Okay. So what is the high school you went to?
Charles Herbert Flowers High School.
Okay. So how was that year? Troublesome or good kid?
Yeah, man. See, I don't want to keep saying all this negative stuff, but
I mean that's you though. That's who you are.
Yeah, like it was always. I mean, like it was the same neighborhood stuff. Like it got worse because we was a little bit older. Like people started bringing weapons to school. We had like older people coming up to the school trying to fight and stuff. Like it was all bad for real.
Yeah. So, I mean, did you graduate out of high school?
Nope, I never made it. The neighborhood, I admitted, the neighborhood it got a hold on me.
Okay. So, did you guys have any like music program at the high school at that time? Because they've been cutting those things up, like.
It was like, like instruments, but like I wasn't in there
Okay.
playing instruments and stuff.
All right.